So when I was 22, I was having a conversation with some older people at the time. And we were talking about some views on religion. And I won't get into exactly what it was. But I was talking about my views on women preachers, okay? And that was what I was discussing. And somebody told me that, your view on this subject, you are young right now, okay? You're just 22. But further on up the road, you're going to change this view because right now you don't have enough life experience. So while you feel this way right now, you are not going to feel this way in years later. And what I thought, when I was having the discussion, if you can call it a debate or whatever, my debate was based on scriptural analysis. And it seems like I'm pointing out the facts of what the Bible is saying about women being in women being pastors, women being preachers, and the person can't defeat what I'm talking about. So then, what they try to do is they try to say, "Well, you're young, so as you get older, you're going to be more accepting of this, or if you have a daughter, you're going to be more accepting of this." And I thought about this because similar is the case with guys who talk about marriage. Okay. Now, I want to use a brother in particular, very talented young man in his own right. The brother is Ramil Amir. Guys, check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a link to his channel in the first comment. Check him out. He has a lot of interesting things to say. He's very, very balanced, and he has a plethora of content that attacks from many different angles. So you'll definitely be impressed by the brother. He is a guy that is against marriage. And when you talk to him, he's going to make some really good points as to why you shouldn't get married, okay? He's going to talk about the divorce. He's going to talk about the alimony payments. He's going to talk about, the woman getting older. He's going to talk about some things that, in his defense, looking at it, you can't get around it. He will bring statistics to the conversation. And people actually try to have these debates with him on this particular topic. And in my opinion, I think they will always lose. All right. And I saw him have this debate a few months ago with another brother that was about 50. And I believe it was actually on my live stream. And the only response that the brother had was, "Bro, you haven't lived life long enough yet. When you find the right one, that one gonna change your life. And you come back to me and you tell me if you change your mind." Press 5 in the comment section if you're a black man and you've ever been told this, okay? And typically it comes from, older black women or older black men. And what they're trying to tell you is you don't know enough about life. You could be in your 30s, you could be in your mid 30s. And typically when you're in your mid 30s or early 30s, that man that you are then, it's typically the man you're going to be for the rest of your life. You're kind of already molded in your ways. You're kind of stuck in your ways. You see the world from this particular view, and it probably is going to be like that for the rest of your life. But still, yet, they are going to tell you that you haven't lived long enough. And, you're going to change your mind about marriage when you get older. Here is the skinny on this, okay? I really want guys to understand this. And me, I'm somewhere in the middle about marriage. My parents were married. I know a lot of people. Marriage produces good families. Marriage typically, it can produce, if you have the right person, certain stabilities if you want children. So I won't deny that because I've seen people in successful marriages, and the outcomes for a person that wants to achieve that has been very, very good in some cases. But at the same time, I've seen cases where people are getting married and they got cooked. And a lot of men, especially black men, when they look at what they have to choose from, what they are saying is, no way. I want nothing to do with this. My money is well spent someplace else. I would rather go out the country and do it, or I'd rather pump and dump. I'm just not interested in this. And then when you ask them that, they can really point out the reasons why they're not interested. They're not interested for certain reasons, and their reasons to me are valid. Now, here's the case, and shout out to Brother Gabe A. He's a really, really talented guy, and I think he lives a really excellent life. He is somebody, even though he's younger than me, I strive to be like. He's in a very, very good marriage, and I believe his take on marriage is much different because his marriage is successful. So he's coming from an experience that is, I'm a successful married guy. My wife is very successful like me, and she's also very, very smart like me. And Gabe A, I believe, is a person that God blessed with a very high IQ, very intelligent, a really good working motor. But the situation is Gabe A, to many guys, got lucky. And the quality of getting a wife in America in general, Black America in particular, is slim to none. Guys are just not confident in the dating market. All right? And let me just say this. It's not like guys are so against marriage because they hate the institution of marriage. I think that what it is like, none of these chicks are worth me marrying, okay? They're just not. It's a bad long-term investment for me. I don't see any upside in the marriage. I think if there were guys that can prove that there's upside in the marriage, if you have a wife that wants to be a wife in this day and age, maybe you would get some brothers that would be more interested in it. But for some guys, a lot of guys, especially guys like Ramil, where's the upside? All they are seeing is downside. But instead of sticking to the argument, what a lot of older guys and older women try to do is tell you that because you are too young, you don't know what you're talking about. This is the division between young people and older people, all right? One of the things that I hate, don't tell me because I'm young, I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me that, all right? I'm almost 40. I never tell anybody else that. I'm going to know if you know what you're talking about based on the information that you present, okay? If you are a person that you have points, you have an argumentative situation, and you're debating, I'm going to engage you on what you're saying. Once I get to the point, or somebody gets to the point where, okay, you don't know what you're talking about because you're too young, you've lost the argument. Keep on living. If you say that, then you've lost the argument. And it could be true. A person may change his or her mind. But once you say that, you have lost the argument. Because age is not what's on trial here. What's on trial are the points about why I don't want to get married. Why I don't want to be into a long-term relationship. Those are the points, okay? Address what I'm saying. And I'm not a guy that's against marriage. But what I'm telling you is this. If you can't debate black men, or any man in general, guys who are MGTOW, guys who are red pill, guys who have been married before and will never get married, if you can't debate them on those premises, and if you say because you're young, or you're 22 or you're 23, you don't know what you're talking about, you're going to change because you're going to meet some magical woman who's going to sweep you off your feet. You don't really have a reason as to why these guys should change their mind. You just don't have the answer. And this is the reason why a lot of younger black men and older black men can't see eye to eye, right? Because they're just like, oh, I know more than you, so shut up. I've been living longer than you, so shut up. Guys, how do you expect black men, older and younger, to come together if that's the attitude? No. Who has the best argument? Doesn't matter. The guy could be 15. The guy could be 14. Okay? A guy could be 17. If his argument is better than yours, he's the clear victorious winner. And a lot of you are not going to be able to use that anymore. A lot of brothers just don't want to hear that. Because I'm 30 or 25 or 40, I don't know what I'm talking about. Obviously, in many cases, some of these guys are doing better than you. I'll use Gabe A. Gabe A is 31. Gabe A owns multiple properties. He's doing better than me, okay? Now, who am I to talk to him about what he's going to do in life when, in many cases, he's doing better than me? I probably need to shut up about a few things, okay? You just keep on living. And some of these guys are young and they have this stuff figured out. Some people really can figure out themselves. And just because you couldn't figure out yourself, and that you went and got married, and that you went and did that, that doesn't mean that that person hasn't figured out. Some guys know who they are when they are 19, 20. Some guys know who they are when they're 25. They know what is there. They're going to be a bachelor forever. They know what they like. And you cannot change that. And those sorry arguments got to stop. So, brothers, what do you think? Make sure that you subscribe, hit the bell. Your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson's in the building. Make sure that you go to the first comment pinned to the top. Subscribe, hit the bell. And as you know, the buffoonery makes it all-time high. Make sure that you get your Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. Also, pinned to the top, all my emails, planetoshay@gmail.com. Make sure you holler at me. And we are gone. Peace.